Awesome today. And I'm delighted once again to be with you. What a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to build and scale up your business. So, bear with me as I hit the button, and my name is Nwali Tochukwu speaking to you today. And I'm delighted that um, most of you have watched series of my video, but this episode is completely for free. This is what I charge thousands to be able to give it to corporate world and individual and coach. A business consultant. I'm author. Have written two books. You can find me on Amazon.com and of course on our local book libraries. Thank you so much. And we want to talk today how to build this and scale up your business. We live in a world that is full of frustrations, and my job as a consultant is to speak to you from my uh, experience building businesses, multiple businesses from the bottom up, and scale them up and sell them. And today I'll have team of people, uh, professional who are working with me in different sectors of the economy that we operate, from business consultants in ANGLOBAL, which I represent in Africa, to 3D technology and digital, to real estate, and of course logistics. And then these are some of the roles I have played and with my team, and I want to share the same thing to you. And I'm pleased. And then each time I have the privilege to speak to my audience, I want to thank you for the comments and reviews you've given to me. It means a lot to me because it helps me to be better, and it helps me to work hard to be able to uh, give you wonderful uh, presentation and uh, research that help your business and help your life to become profitable and scale up your business. So, working on your business rather than working in your business. Mike E. Gaber, the author of The Myth, made it clear in his book. He is one of the profound and prolific writer on how to build business and scale it up and eventually sell them. The E-Myth is very powerful, and I recommend you to read it if you want to build a business from zero, like the owner of McDonald's build multiple business, multi-billion-dollar businesses globally. So he opened hidden facts on how to build a business and put system process and be able to sell them by putting the structure and making the business profitable so the potential buyer can buy it, and you and of course franchise it if you want to do franchise, which is one of the area that I'm one of my strong points in Global, where we help franchise so and the franchisee build a business and help them to scale up. So without much ado, let me dive straight to my point today. The image in his work, McGeber, 20% of SMEs failed in their first year. That Small Business Administration in America made that research known. So operators of small business especially take it personally. And that's what we face every day for some of you are running small business. It's more of a religion. It's more of a religious mentality. We take it personally. And I want to help you to move away from that uh, point and then build your business and producing a living, working hard as opposed to build income and equity. I'm going to be talking as I progress in my um, this year, 2025. I'm going to be giving you on how to build income and equity, and that's working for a living instead of growth through franchise business model. And that's what I'm talking about here, because a lot of you are building, working for a living, working hard, working your eyes off, instead of building system, process, and structure that will help you. That's mindset business model. Do not build business depends on you to function daily. If you don't own a business, you have a job. That's what I'm talking about here. So we don't want you to own a job by building your business around you. We want you to become profitable, and we want your business to grow beyond yourself. So entrepreneur create process. That's what I'm talking about. You heard me. Pick up your biro, pick up your diary. Entrepreneurs, startups, business owners, working class, dreamers, this is for you. Okay. I charge multiple thousands to present this to corporate world. I mean, I'm giving to you for free. So do not take it for granted. And then how did it all going to start? How do you create a business? How do you build a business and scale it up and then prepare for selling it or franchising? How is what I'm here to give you. So entrepreneur creates process. Mark Zuckerberg created process. That's why he started from Harvard in Dom, and he built a multiple $billion business by creating Facebook. The Facebook is a community of interactions where people meet friends and interact and connect and network. That was the initial plan, but he created the process with his co-founders and friends and fellow students in the dorm. So how do you create process, system, structure? Offer more smart solutions to people's need and scale up by digitalizations and automation. That's the point I'm talking about here. You have to digitalize your business. You have to create a system, process of how to buy, how to onboard, and how people can buy your services. I'm using right now on YouTube streaming live with other tools because they've created system. So I subscribe to the system and I'm using the system to give you this presentation, and I pay for it to get it done to you. The returns are infinite, and generation wealth is created through this business model. That's what I'm talking. Next step is to establish brand recognitions and franchise for market penetration and steady revisit streams. McDonald until 52, that I have made point when I started my opening remarks, opened his first franchise business with his brothers, Richard and Maurice. These are the two brothers with himself, built the story from one man, Rick Kroc, joined as a franchise agent to what we have as McDonald today. So McDonald started by creating system, process, structure. No business can scale. No business can be profitable and penetrate markets beyond their locality without building system, process, and structure. So now, how to create a product or service that sells? So the problem is, you must ask, what problems do people face in your locality, where you live, your community? There are problems, avalanche of problems that need solutions. They need out-of-box solutions. And as an entrepreneur, or you want to venture into business, or you want to create a system, or create either digital product or digital or physical product, you need to identify problem you want to solve. Define step one, define the problem you are addressing and opportunity. Every great product or service solves a specific problem. Ask yourself, what pain points are my customers experiencing? what gap exists in the current market. So if you own a business, you should be able to identify the pinpoints, your current customers. What are the areas that they complain or you are not serving them very well? Then you need to address those pinpoints. And then for those who are entering to the market for startups and the new businesses, so you now look at what gaps exist in the current market, whether it is production or services. There are gaps to be filled. And the entrepreneur look at those loopholes and you fill the loophole. You look at those weaknesses that exist from the marketplace, and then you create a product or service that fill those gaps by connecting those unworkable, no business, no service, no product that has no competitors or those who have been playing in that arena for decades. So you are not alone. You are not the first. So you let it be at the back of your mind. So when you discover an idea that you want to build and then you want to put into the marketplace, know that you have other people who have been playing in that sector. So the question you should ask yourself is, those who are already existing, is it unworkable? No existing solution work well? Is it in tech? Is it in real estate? Is it in production? In manufacturing industry, like products? Name them. You look at it. Logistics, name them. Health, name them. There are some certain things that have not been able to solve certain problems, existing problem, that you need to find solutions to them. So unavoidable. Look at whatever that you want to solve, whatever solutions you're bringing, is it unavoidable? What do you mean unavoidable? Customers can't ignore it. This is very important that you should be able to know that. Is it that the customers can't avoid it? Okay? So you need to understand this. You mean they cannot avoid it? This is important. So they can't ignore it. So they can't do without it. Then urgency, that's what I call urgent. They need a solution immediately. How urgent do they need a solution? Now, underserved, you need to identify target markets, lack effective options. It could be in a financial sector. You look at the areas, the demographic, the interests, look at those areas where there are no financial services or banks or other financial services that are existing in that marketplace. So you create a fintech that can be able to solve the problem by connecting those in that locality and offer service by giving them out-of-box service that creates like POS and the rest of them. And a lot of people, millions of transactions have been happening, especially in the third world, where I come from, Nigeria. They've created a POS in different locations where people can actually work for themselves in a very creating a service. But what I'm talking about here is beyond one person building a kiosk. I'm talking about building a product, a service that can be able to connect with thousands, hundreds of people and be able to build the system, process, and structure that even if you are not physically present, they can be able to get service done digitally, automate the business. Then that's what we're talking about here. Your most unhappy customers are the source of your learning process. So Bill made this point, and you need to understand this, where the Bill is coming from, because you need to understand what are the challenges your customers are facing. Those who have given the feedback, that's why you create a system of feedback where customers can be able to give you feedback and then also review of your products or services. I'm going to moving forward. Bear with me, stay with me, because I'm here to give you some of the things that will help you to grow your business and become profitable and build a system, a generational wealth. That's what I'm talking about. So how to how to get started, create a system, identify business niche. How do you start in all these things I've been talking about? First is identify business niche, problems, your solutions. You must identify the business niche. Business niche is it product? Is it service? Is it consulting service? Is it tech or digital service? Is it a digital product? Is it a physical product by products manufacturing or logistics or resell of other people's product? You must identify one thing you want to solve, because you cannot be everything for all people. Build your product service around pain point. So you now create that service within the pain point so that people can pay for that service because you solve problem for them. Incorporate your business idea and get all legal documents from the government. Wherever you want to do, the starting point is when you identify the business niche. The next thing is to create, define the solutions, define the customers, the potential customers, define those who need the service. Is it underserved, unworkable? And then how is your product or service different from the existing one? How urgent do they need that? So you incorporate the business by having a legal certificate of incorporation, registration of the business. Some countries in the first world, US, Canada, UK, Australia, and the rest of them, and those countries we operate at AN Global, we can help you if you do not know how to start by incorporating a business, researching, but go to market, research, and give you how you can get into that market, and giving you a step-by-step guidance and creating all the process and procedure and this strategy on how you can scale up, set up your business and scale up your business. Adopt market segmentation, franchise model. Remarks in Canada, they're into real estate franchise. So people can buy franchise rights to be able to build their own business model following the structure system process of Remax, a global real estate franchise, and UPS, McDonald's. I have given it. Next is you need to automate your business and digitalize it. This is where the infinite return of what we're talking about today. So the business must be automated. Keep in mind, AI era. You heard me. We are in the era of where you can get things done a flip of a finger, just a tap of a button. You get whatever you want. Era is not going away. Rather, they're building different AI automations, AI tools that can get things done quickly. Prevention, I want you to hit the button, like, follow, share to your friends, and we want to hear from you. And I'm going to move it forward. Market segmentation. So how do you segment the market? Okay, divide the market into distinct 4 types of segments: demographics, age, gender, income, education. So you look at who are my customers or potential customers. You have to identify them by age, by gender, by income, by education. This is very important for those who are confused or preferential. You have a business, but you're not making profits. Here we are to make sure that you start by identifying who are the people that need your products from the age 18 to 20 to 30s to 40s. Of course, their income level. What is it in thousand, hundred, millions? So you need to know what are their income of those you want to. Are they in private sector? Are they in public sector? The indication is it those who have no education, primary school, secondary school certificate, and all of those master's degree to PhD. You identify the education of those. Geographic location, climate, location in real estate. One thing you have to know is every property, whether it's land, whether it is house that been already built, whether it's off land, or whether it's already built, urban, rural areas. We look at location. Location determines the cost of every property. Every piece of property is location. So you need to know where do you want to serve. That's what we're talking about. Underserved. Do you want to go into the rural areas or urban centers? This is very important. The next one we want to tell you right now is psychographic. Now, lifestyle, values, personality. Do you want to serve those in the entertainment industry? You want to serve those who are into education industry, tech, logistics, real estate, politicians, those into government and public sectors. So behavioral, you have to know purchase behavior, brand loyalty. That's what we're talking about. These things come into play because you have to really put your business in a box. That's what the franchise is all about. So you could be able to walk out and then understand who are the people you want to serve. So the next headache, which every business owner, entrepreneur, startup, you have to, the headache is not alone. Elon Musk was turned down when he started Tesla and even PayPal. And then they didn't, even in the United States of America, he was not offered loan. The bank were scared to give him loan. Today is number one in the entire world, the richest man on earth. So he has built, banks rejected Elon Musk. Jeff Bezos' business models were all turned down. Both become billionaire in dollars, richest Elon Musk. What are you talking about? You have no excuse. I heard me. That limiting factor should steer you to work hard. If you go to bank and bank said this cannot work, I give you instances of the business model that bank rejected. What they're looking for, they will not find it. As an entrepreneur, you take a lot of risk factor. You take huge risk, but your conviction will make you to stay. The founder of Apple, when he found Apple, they did not believe it's going to work. And today, Apple phone are the top notch phone in the entire universe. The solution for Africans and African descent. I was in Canada recently where we had opportunity of speaking to African descent, African American Canadians collaborations, and that is we work as an individualist. Individualism is a problem. Individualism. So you need to collaborate. Brothers and sisters who are African descent, it's a time to do away with this individual mindset and lack of trust. The Indians to the Chinese, they collaborate, even though they do not trust themselves, but they put their resource, intellectual properties, expertise together to build multi-billion and million-dollar businesses in different cities all around the world. They play big. They buy McDonald's franchise. They buy KFC franchise. They can afford anything because they pull their knowledge, expertise, of course, educational and experience together with their assets, the money, to be able to buy franchise rights. That's the best business model. So to raise Ellen and his brother, Kimber, started Zip2 Corporation in 1995. I'm still talking about Ellen. Raise capital, scale up your business. 1994, the first business he ever incorporated in New York City, Zip2 Corporation in 1995. Today, he has multiple businesses from PayPal to Tesla and going to the moon. That's all to the credit of Elon Musk and his brother. So scale up your business, make it profitable and give it out, some equity in business. You need to give out some equities for investors who want to risk their fund or their money to invest in your business. This is important that you understand this. You can't do it alone. And of course, collaborate and scale up. Africans, please collaborate with one another. This is important in your different countries, wherever you are. Please find who you can work together to be able to build business like our colleagues does in other parts of the world. No one can do it alone. God never created one person to build things. It's collaboration because he created us with different gifts. Bear that in mind. And the combination of those different gifts will make you to move fast. If you want to run fast, do it alone. But you want to run far, then you need others. This is what I want to encourage you. Can two work together except they agree? The division and suspicion among us are making us not to compete in the global market. Indians, like I said, like Chinese, are doing this thing. We can do it, brothers. How to generate leads in franchise business model. For those already into the franchise model, I want to give you these tips. And it's very important that you pay attention to what I'm talking about today, because this will help you and make you to be able to, get leads. Because without leads, the business, without customers and sales and buying and selling, the business will die. That's why. Then identify target market and consumer segment. Analyze market trends and competition. 2, develop a strong brand presence. Brand is your ID. Brand visibility is very important. That's what you are known for. That's important for you that are listening to me today. And you need to be able to know this, because create a compiling brand identity and value proposition. Identify digital marketing, social media, traditional advertising to increase brand visibility. This is important as you go forward on this presentation that are very important. How to generate leads in franchise business model. 4, develop targeted market, like I said. Utilize lead generation tools such as website, landing pages, and online forms. This is how you generate leads. Attend franchise expos and events. Participate in industry events and trades shows to network with potential franchise. Showcase your brand. Value proposition to a wider audience. This is important. Ladies and gentlemen, how to generate leads in franchise. Franchise broker. You need to encourage existing customers, franchisees to refer potential client candidate. For example, you're into different businesses. Encourage those who buy your business, who bought your business, pardon me, to refer you to their friends, relatives, and business associates. This is important going forward. Offer incentives, reward for successful referrals. This is important because when there is money, something must encourage those who refer you. Operating prototype to show potential franchisees the return on investment in a structured and concrete way, so they can trust what you are selling to them. To get a franchisees who can buy your services and become the franchise, you need to show them the business that they're going to buy. We make them to become successful and profitable and get out of poverty. That's the way to go. Franchise broker network. Partner with franchise brokers to reach a wider pool of potential franchisees. If you're in real estate, you are in logistics, or in travel, you're in the hospitality business, you need to network. Network is your network. According to Be Great, your network is your network. Meaning, if you have 1 million followers, whether you're on any of social media platform or traditional social network, whenever you put any product there, they are the first people to ask you how much. Why? Because they know you. They know what you are capable of. So you need to partner with people to reach a wider pool of potential franchisees, leverage their expertise and network to generate leads. Ladies and gentlemen, share by hitting the button, like, follow, comment. This is important because to encourage us. Thank you for doing this. Encourage existing franchisees to refer potential. Track and analyze lead generation. Monitor key performance indicators to evaluate the effectiveness of lead generation. This is important. Strategy that we're going to help you. I'm going to be very fast, but again, if you want to, I offer 45 minutes. You can reach me at my bio and schedule 45 minutes business consultation for free in any sector that you want to go into. You're confused and you want to generate leads and make more sales in the business. I'm going to design products and services that be able to help you, the business, to pick from where it is. And if you want to sell your business or you want to buy business any part of the world, we are here to help you, support you, and make you to achieve your dream and become successful in life. So the importance of what I'm talking about. Target marketing allows you to tailor a marketing effort towards a specific profile and increase your high hit rate and generate return of the effort. Whatever you're doing, you must be intentional. I want to tell you this, be intentional. Okay? Don't just take life anyhow. We call it anyhow. Be intentional and be strategic. Who are we looking for? A potential franchisee is seller of business, a buyer of business. An investor, a startup, entrepreneur, business owners, in private sector, in public sector. Other targeted markets, business growth and expansion, franchise sales and development, a potential franchisee buyer, appraisals and valuations. So you need to evaluate, do evaluations of yourself and your business. It is very, very important that you do this regularly. Create customer profile, detailed description of target customers. What are we looking for? And what do they like? Demographic, information, interest, behaviors, pinpoint, and needs. These are very key areas to build profile. You build a profile based on your age, gender, education, interest, behavior. These are the pattern that you're going to build. When you collect those profiles, you create a customer profile. In your company, whether you are starting or whether you're already in business, you need to create your customer profile by likes, interest, age, gender, and then behavior, lifestyle. This is what they're doing in the social media space. That's why they can know when you are in, because they know you like sport, right? They know you like gym. They know you like football. And then when you are registering, they collect those informations and they present to you your food is ready. Okay, target messaging leads to higher engagement. Target techniques, pardon me. You have to be technical. Personalize emails, letters, text. That's why you see different fonts and you see different messagings and symbols created by the social media. And then, of course, the Microsoft, then, of course, the AI now has made it, digitalize it in a way you can create so many things. Hitherto, when you have to go to the graphic artist to create one, no longer you create all those things using your smartphones. We did recently a program where we share how you can use your laptop, your internet, and your phone to build infinite returns and scale up your business and monetize your skill. This thing is doable. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know how to do that, reach me at our bureau and we're going to show you for free. And I'm delivering this for free. This is what we do. And that's how we wanted to make sure that you are successful. Dynamic content, create a content. You must think out of the box. The thing is no longer as it used to be, man. It's now automation. You do not need to work more because the machine will do the work for you. Digital tunnels and channels with automation tools can help you to get started. And that's what we're talking about. You can use Clip Pro. You can use Canva. These are basic one I'm just giving to you. You can use Host Suite. These are basic, and I'm giving you tips. So dynamic content can be created. Even when you're sleeping, you can create and set it and schedule messagings. And that's how you reach wide audience. You can be intentional on this. Retargeting ads. When you do ad, you now look at interest, location, demographic, and then you reach a wider audience. Taking the step. Your ability to listen intently and communicate effectively will leave a lasting impact on your prospect. Listen, a lot of you talk too much for marketers and sellers, companies, marketers. You do not need to talk too much when you're meeting for the first time to a prospect. Your job is to pay attention to let them express their pains, their frustration, where they are, where they want to be, and then take notes. You're not to talk, blah, 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 blah. That's not the time to talk. It's time to pay attention. Effective communication involves not only delivering a message, but effectively listening for clues. When we go to The first time we're meeting sellers or buyers of business or real estate, as a real estate broker, we are looking for buyer signs, the psychology of selling. We're looking to, from the facial expression to the tonations, words, sharing their story, their background, sharing their frustrations, they're sharing their family issues, they're sharing their spouse issues, they're sharing things, their children, their everything about their life. Your job is to pay attention. You look at those with experiences, values, and emotions of those prospects. Help you to connect with them and give them solution. It helps them to know that you are with them. That's not the time to answer phone. That's not the time to press your phone. It's the time to pay attentive attention, 100% focus on what you're there. Then our interests are not aligned with the person that we are speaking to. This is a problem we have. The person that called you wants to know about opportunity you have. And that's, they called you, the phone rang, pick the phone. Maintaining composure during Q&A session is essential for projecting confidence and authority in our process and program. Stay calm. I'm giving you tips now. Actively listen. Define next steps, because as you listen, ideas are flowing. Responding to candidates. Pause and reflect. I don't really care about their company. I want to respond to me. And so the biggest mistake you can make is to try to sell the opportunity. That's not the time to sell. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Final tips, take away. Define the process. Answer questions. Develop call to action. Close, ask for the business. Set expectation for the way forward. Define your target, consider their situation, prepare a targeted message. Deliver to a targeted audience. Practice and rehearse. Most of you jump into sell marketing without doing profiling the company or the person you want to sell. How are you going to know the problem? You have to research them, get to know them, understand where the company is or an individual is, what they have done, and then you can relate with them, connect with them, because you need to connect with them. This is important. Connect with them spiritually and mentally. Practice and rehearse. Is your replies to emails, phone calls, Zoom meetings, face-to-face, meeting planning. What would be the best response to this meeting with the prospect? Ask yourself that question. How do I answer? How do I respond? Ladies and gentlemen, here I end my presentation, and I know most of you are eager to reach out to me. I'm happy and I'm willing and I'm ready to help you. And to help you, you need to like, comment, share, and then of course send me an email, and then I'll be glad to reach out to you and one-on-one and give you 45 minutes, and then I will be done. And so I want you to be successful, and that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I want you to succeed. And you can reach me on the below, my bio, and comment, share, email, and give me a call, and I'll be ready to answer you. Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk to you today. I'm delighted. And once again, stay calm, stay focused, pay attention, do a lot of research, read books, put down what you have learned in your diary, and set up a target for yourself. This will help you and make you to be successful in every area, in every thing that you are doing. We want to make you to succeed, and in doing that, we want you to make sure that you take the basic step, and the basic step is to write the thing you want to achieve. And then writing the thing, identify the niche business niche that you want, identify the problem you want to solve. Going forward, reach out to me if you need help, and I'll be glad to attend to you. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are listening, I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. You are staying there is very important for me, and I want to make sure that you continue to enjoy this. I'm going to be having another important presentation in a week time, and I'm going to share it to those of you on my link and our company's link, so you could be able to reach us. Thank you, and have a great day.